Hi, sweet friends. Welcome back for another story based around water. I thought we would change gears a little bit. We've been reading a lot of fiction stories, which are super fun and always take us on a fun adventure. But I would like to pull in a little bit of nonfiction. So this book is about clouds. The title simply just tells us what we're about to read about. Clouds. Look at those puffy white clouds. Aren't they beautiful? So let's see what we can learn about clouds today. Now, nonfiction, it tends to have a table of contents. That means it's going to tell us where we're going to find different types of information about clouds. These dots lead us to a number. That number is the page number. So it says, what are clouds? If you want to know that information, you could go straight to page number 4. Maybe it says, wind moves clouds. If you want to find out more about that, then you would go to page 20. So that is what the table of contents is for. So in the future, if you're looking at nonfiction stories, look for a table of contents. I will tell you right now, a lot of recipe books that moms and dads might have at home usually have a table of contents that tell you where to find different recipes. It just makes it easier to maneuver through the book, and it tells you if you're doing research, does this book have the information that I am looking for? So let's see more about clouds. We can fold this one in half. What are clouds? Clouds move across the sky. Clouds can be all shapes and sizes. Some clouds are big and puffy. Others are thin and wispy. Did you know clouds can look different? Look at those puffy ones and look at those thin, wispy ones. Did you know they have names? We're going to find out in a minute. Clouds form when warm air rises and cools. Tiny water droplets stick to dust and other particles in the air to make clouds. Where are we here in the picture? Does this give you a clue? Sure is beautiful. Ooh. What do you think is about to happen in this picture? What is this back here? Do you know what that is? That's rain. You can see rain in the distance. Clouds drop precipitation. Can you say that word? Precipitation. Good try. Precipitation. So clouds drop precipitation on land. Snow falls when air is 32 degrees or lower, which is freezing. When it's freezing, like the freezing line. Rain falls when it's warmer. So if this is rain coming from these clouds, that means that it must not be freezing outside. So precipitation is when stuff falls from the clouds. Water, snow, sleet, hail, little balls of ice that sometimes fall and cause some damage. That is all types of precipitation. It's such a big word. Look how beautiful. This is types of clouds. Scientists study cloud shapes. The shapes tell what kind of weather is coming. Cirrus clouds are high and thin. They mean good weather. So these are called cirrus clouds. Very wispy, very high up in the sky. Just a beautiful sunny day. Not like what we have right there this morning. Now, do you see these puffy ones? These are not cirrus clouds. Cumulus clouds have flat bottoms and puffy tops. Small white cumulus clouds means we'll have good weather. So these are okay. Do you see how some of the bottoms look kind of flat and they're puffy on the top? So these are called cumulus clouds. So cirrus are really high and thin. Cumulus are puffy. You think we're done yet? Now this is a big word, but look at this. Oh boy, that's a storm cloud. This is called a cumulonimbus cloud, and it means bad weather is coming. These tall, puffy clouds bring thunderstorms, hail, and even tornadoes. Cumulonimbus. Their name almost sounds kind of like a bad guy, cumulonimbus. Now, this is what I'm looking at outside my window today. Gray, flat stratus clouds cover most of the sky. They form low in the sky. Snow or rain sometimes falls from stratus clouds. So this morning at my house, there's a lot of stratus clouds. It's just kind of cloudy and gloomy outside. I'm not sure it's supposed to rain, but they don't always bring rain. But sometimes this is the kind of day we have. We have stratus clouds. So we have cirrus, which is really high, super thin, wispy, almost no clouds at all. We have cumulus, the real puffy ones. We have, what was the other one? Sorry. Cumulonimbus, which is the big thunderstorm clouds that sometimes roll in that can bring some really bad weather. We have stratus clouds, which is basically like a blanket of gray clouds, just a blanket across the sky. Now, we are familiar with this. Do you know what that's called? If you said fog, you're right. Fog is a cloud too. Fog happens when a cloud forms near the ground. Fog goes away when wind and heat evaporate the water. Evaporate. Can you say that word? Evaporate. Evaporate. Nice. So, does fog last all day? No, usually it doesn't. A lot of times when we would go to school, it would be foggy in the morning. But by the time we went outside in the morning, the fog would be gone. It's not magic. It's evaporation. Wind moves clouds. Ooh, some of you like to do this or even just play in the snow. Clouds carry rain and snow. Wind pushes clouds across the sky. Clouds bring water to places all over the world. So there she is skiing. Do you see the clouds behind her? What might we call these? They look kind of like cumulus clouds maybe? I see a little blue peeking through. Doesn't look like a rainy day to me. And that is the end of our story about clouds. I hope you learned something new. We did talk about some pretty big words. Precipitation, that's the stuff that falls from the clouds like rain. We learned about evaporation. That's why fog seems to just disappear as the sun comes up. We talked about different types of clouds. We talked about stratus. We talked about, sorry, I have to peek back in the book sometimes to make sure I don't say them wrong. So, stratus, we talked about that. We talked about cumulus clouds, right? We talked about cirrus clouds. We talked about cumulonimbus clouds. So let's think. Stratus is when it's like a blanket of gray clouds in the sky, like today, right? Cumulus are the puffy ones. They look like balls of cotton, right? Then we have cirrus, which are the really high, hardly any clouds, just a few little white wisps, like someone took their paintbrush and just brushed it across the sky really fast. And then you have cumulonimbus. That's when you know a storm is coming. Those big black clouds that come over the horizon. Okay, so those are types of clouds that bring different types of precipitation sometimes, or they are collecting water that has evaporated. And we'll talk more about that as we continue our journey about learning about water. All right, I hope you enjoyed clouds today, and look out your window. What kind of clouds do you see? I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.